Have you? Yesterday's volumes we completed. So, any doubts in the volumes? Sure. The volumes. What is stateless containers? What is stateful containers? So once you create the containers, so all the whatever the containers are there, so those are the what? Stateless. So means once we create the new containers, whatever the previous containers will be there, so it will not hold any kind of data. So that is what the stateless containers. So when you make it as a stateful container means when you mount the volume, so at that time it will become the stateful container. Okay. Now, so coming to the networking. For example, this is yesterday's application only we'll take. So we are using the one, means we are using the one of the banking application. Okay, fine. So this banking application, this is a front end and it is running in the one of the container. Okay, so this is what front end. Whatever that this application is a front end and it is running in one of the container and the database is running in another container. Okay, database is running another container. For example, whatever this container is there, so like for example, if you have another container, okay, now you have another container. Okay, think that another container is there. If I want to talk with each other, means one container to another container, if you want to talk, how can we talk? How can we talk? Using the IP addresses. Okay, using the IP address means I can call this IP address and I can call this IP address. So if you go with the containers, let me show you. Okay, for example, if I go to the containers, as of now, none of the container is running. Let me show you one of the container. Okay, if I go inspect, there will be a network option will be there. Okay, so it's okay. Okay, so if you go with this, there is a in the inspect, there is a network. Okay, so now if you go here below, it will be having a one bridge network. Okay. So bridge network will be there. So by default, it will create a what? A bridge network whenever the container is created. Okay. So now as of now, IP address is not added because the container is not running. So when the container is running, at that time only IP address will assign. Okay. So as of now, there is nothing. So container, that is now you can see the container is not running now. You can see it is in a exited state, right? So that is the reason there is no IP addresses available for this. But if you see that, it is showing the what? Bridge network. Okay. So what is a bridge network? The network will be having IP addresses, right? Using the IP address only, I can communicate from one IP address or one container to another container, right? So now, if I want to communicate, for example, think that leave about this container. So I want to communicate from this container to this container. Okay. How can we communicate? Using the IP address. Okay. So if the IP address is like bridge network, which is present in the bridge network. Okay, which is in the present in the bridge network means these all things can be like communicated each other. This bridge network can communicate with your host IP address also. Host IP address also. Are you getting? Violate. Always traffic. What kind of? There is a one system charger was there. So whose charger it is? I know. What is? Fast, fast. Such a long. It's coming like mobile adapter. Yes. Okay, done? Now, so bridge network which helps us to communicate from one container to another container. Okay. And also it can communicate with our host IP address also. Host IP address like with your system IP address. Okay. So it can communicate with your host IP address also. So now this is like bridge container. If it is communicating from one container to another container, so will it be secured? Will it be secured? If I call all the IP addresses, like for example, if I call the IP addresses, it will send all the whatever the means, or it will, we can receive the whatever the data in the form of packets, or can say the packet form, it will be received. Okay. So now you, for example, the database is there. Okay. So if it is a bridge network, so it can communicate with another network. Yes or no? It can communicate with another net, means it can be called in another network. So then how can we, like whether the database container is secured now? Whether database container is secured if it is communicating from one to another? No, right? Because all the database can go, whatever the data are there, so it can go into the what? Another person. Like if the hacker is like, if the bridge network is there, the if hacker is found this IP address and if he calls that, so all the data can be received. Yes, right. So then what we will do? So we need to make it as a what? The secure network. So how to make a secure network? That is using the what? Here, custom network. We have to create a what? A custom network. Okay. So by default, whatever the container is there, it will be created the what? Bridge network only. So now if I want to make it as a what? The secured means I need to create a what? Custom network, and I have to attach that custom network to what? The container. Getting my point? Any doubts here? Sure. Should I go with the practical? Please be concentrate on this practical. It may confuse. Every Monday we will be Here I was, yeah, practical session, right? No, see here, guys. So I'm doing the what practical session. So what I'll do, I'll just utilize the what, not this one, not the same image I'm going to, because I want to show you that how it is working and everything. So because if I go with this one, this image, so it will like exit within a 1 minute. Okay, so I want to show that how it will be working and everything. Okay. Hello. I'm in action. No, actually something has happened with that cloud institution network, right? So I'll just try how to check with that. So like if you try to same password it is there. Otherwise I'll check it what is happening and everything. Okay. Okay, I need to check with the team center. Sorry, Microsoft. Okay. Okay. So now where I was. So what I'll do, I'll just run the Ubuntu container. Okay, so because if I make this one container, so it will exit within a like once I run it. Okay, so that is the reason I want one of the container called which is running container. Okay, I'll run the Ubuntu container. So how to run the container? Docker run. Okay, -it -name. If I give the name, so it will create the name. Okay, so like front end. Okay, I'm just making it as a front end and Ubuntu. Image name is a Ubuntu. Okay, so I'm running this container. So once I run this container, so I'll be in the container of this one now. Okay, so now Let me open a new terminal and I can show you the what? Docker inspect Docker ps-a. Okay, so which is this one, right? Okay, so front end. So it is running, right? Still running, right? So I'll take this one. Okay, let me inspect it. Docker inspect. Okay, so once I inspect, you can see here IP address is assigned, right? So 172.172.17.02. Okay, so but this is what? Bridge network. Okay, now the same thing, just like a volumes, I can just attach the what? Network to the running container itself, not the exited container. Okay, getting. So now let me create the what? Network. How to create a network? So if I want to create a network, same thing, just use the Docker network create. Okay, so network name. So batch 22 network. Okay, I'm just using the like this. So now the container is created. So let me see the what is the containers things are involved in the means the what network is created. Let me see what all the things are present in this network. Okay, so let me inspect it using the Docker inspect and enter. So this is the what? So this is the gateway of that. This is a what subnet. So what was the IP address of this one? So this is a different. So everything is a different, right? So now I have created the what? The network for this differently. Like I have created the network. Just like yesterday, I have attached the volume, right? So I need to attach the what? Network to the running container. So how to attach the running container? Okay. So before that, going to understand how to attach the network to the running container means or while creating the container. So we need to create a like in another container. I'll try to call this network. Okay. Whatever this container network is there, I'll try to call in another container, whether it will call or not. Okay. So let me create another container, Docker run -it -name. Give it as a front. Front end is already given, right? So let me give as a front. Okay. Then and Ubuntu. Okay. I'm in the Ubuntu container now. So what I have to do is like I have to install apt get update. Okay, apt-get update. I use the what? Apt-get update to update this Ubuntu this thing. Next one, I need to call this IP address means there is a package called ping package. So I need to use the ping package. Okay. So what I'll do, I need to install the ping package inside this one. So apt-get again install IP utils. Ping. Let me see. Is there or not? Yeah. IP utils ping. I use the double. Okay, IP utils ping. So I'm installing this one. So once I use the ping package, then I can call the what? The whatever the IP address from that. Okay, so that is different container. So this container IP address, I'm taking it. That is front end container. Okay, so I copied this container ID and I'll call it in which container? I'm calling it in the front container. Front end container IP address I have taken and I'm calling it in the front container. This container. Okay. Now, so ping IP address. Once you install the water, this ping package, just try to call the ping. Okay. IP address. So it is calling, right? You can see 64 bytes from this whatever the things. So from the it is calling like a package. So let me exit. Okay. So 19 packets transmitted, 19 received. Okay. So this is how it is giving. Right. I'm able to call it, right? I'm able to call the what? Bridge network. And also this network, this is also which network now? Front container is also bridge network. So they are communicating, they can communicate each other, right? So now what I'll do, I'll just create another, like I have already created a one network, right? Okay. So let me go into new container. Sorry, now a new terminal. Okay. So now let me attach that network. Okay. So let me see what is the networks. Docker network ls. Okay. So these are the networks are there. So now what is my network name? That is bash 22 network. So these are the by default one. Host network means whatever our host network will be there. So that is a host network. None means it will be nothing. Okay. So that is a one. So bridge network means by default, whichever it is creating, that one only. So when you don't have any network, so these are the network it will create. Okay. Getting? So now bash 22 is a network I have created. Let me attach this bash 22 network to the one of a container which I am creating now. Okay. So Docker run -it. Okay. So then --name. Just I mention it as a database. Okay. Database I'm mentioning. Then Ubuntu container. Sorry. Let me create again. Database 1. Docker run -it -name. Okay. So database 2. Okay. Then so instead of now I have to attach the network -network. Okay. So what is the network name? Batch 22 network. Okay. So this one and the image name Ubuntu. Okay. So now if I go and check for this container, okay, so I'll copy this container ID. Okay. Then let me go into the new PowerShell or a new terminal and let me check or inspect it. Docker inspect enter. So if you see here, which network it is assigned? Batch 22 network it is assigned. Okay. So, and IP address also this one. Okay, let me try to call the bridge network. Okay. Let me call the bridge network, whichever the bridge network was there before one. Here. So this bridge network, I'll try to call inside the water. This container. Okay, that is which I have attached the network. Okay, so let me update again at get update. Okay, next apt get install IP utils ping. So once it is installed, let me call again that whatever the container IP address. Which IP address? Front end IP address. Calling the front end IP address into the where which I have attached the network. Am I making confusion? Am I making confusion? All right. Okay. Now I'm trying to call that. Okay. So which is in the secured network. So you see that it is taking like time. So before that it was showing that 64 bytes was like it was calling. Now it is not. Right. So that means so whatever this container is secure means with the secure network, I can't call even the whatever the bridge network also. That means I can't communicate with the any other containers. Okay. So even though it is bridge or even though it is whatever the custom network also, I can communicate. So that is what. So you can see 0 received. Right. 100% packet loss. Getting right. So this is how it will work. So for example, I'll try to, where is this IP address? I'll try to call this. This is what? Network based, right? That is like I have created network, bash 22 network. I'll try to call in the one of the bridge network. Okay. So where it is? Here it is there, right? So I'll call it here. Okay. Here I'll call it. It is a bridge network, that is front container. And enter. You can see I'm not able to call in the bridge network also. Getting? Understanding? I'm not able to call the bridge network in the custom network. I'm not able to call the custom network in the bridge. So this is what the networking. So this is how it will work. You need to make a custom network. So here any confusion? Any confusion? Sure. Again, ask me now itself. Nothing I have done. I have created the what? I have created the Ubuntu container. Okay. One Ubuntu container. So that is bridge network itself. Okay. I have created another container with the again bridge network. Right. So bridge container can communicate with each other. So using the ping package, I have called the what? Each other, whatever the network or IP addresses. Right. So now what I have done again, I have created a one network. Okay. I have created a one network. So I have attached this network to the what? The one container that becomes the custom bridge, custom network. Okay. Now, can we communicate this one to this bridge network? Bridge network to custom network, can we communicate? Yes, sir. All right. Yeah, it is secure, right? Custom network means secure network. Okay, so whichever the network I have created, I have attached to this container. Okay, so that becomes the what? Custom network. Okay, so then you can communicate with the what? Bridge network, or bridge network cannot communicate with the custom network. Okay, getting any doubts? So this is how you have to create now. Okay, so let me give the notes of that. Where is that option? To create the network. Docker Docker network create network name. Okay, next one. Container name and hyphen network name. And image name. So the image means whatever the container, if it is running, then only you can see the IP address. If it is existed, or if the container is stopped, the IP address will not be available. So whenever you stop and if you create, means if you start again, so it will again assign the new IP address for that. Okay, fine. Getting. If tag name is there, tag name you have to use it. Docker run hyphen IP hyphen name container name. I think database I'm giving. Okay, then hyphen network batch 22 network and Ubuntu page. Okay, after the inside the container, what you have to do, apt get update and apt get install iputils ping -y. Then you have to use the ping IP address. Okay. Okay, I have sent inside the GitHub. I pushed it. You can find it. Okay. So any doubts you have, please let me know. Otherwise, we'll wind up. Tomorrow we will see the Ansible. Okay.